Hey, we're live. Welcome everyone to Community Day here on the Huckleberry Discord. We were just hanging out, chit-chatting a little bit before the thing opened up. And we've got a special guest with us today. We got Sarah Frazetta in the house to go review
Hello.
this week's community challenge. We're going to do the Frank Frazetta challenge. I heard you know this Frank Frazetta guy.
Me?
Yeah.
Me and Ace. Yeah, we both know this Frank Frazetta guy. Yeah, this is my grandfather, and it's great to be here.
Uh-huh. And what do you do? Can you tell us a little bit about like what you do for your job?
Oh, I hate this question, Pete, but yes, I'll do this.
Okay.
So I run a legacy brand for Zeta Girls in honor of my grandfather, and it's to keep the legacy alive. We merchandise and license and do comics and all kinds of endeavors to just keep that flame burning.
Yeah, I found you because my friend Sean was over in the post office and saw your guys' stickers on a bunch of tubes for stuff you were mailing out. Turns out you were mailing all of your stuff out from the same post office that I was mailing all of my stuff out of. We were both running these like art sales businesses, like shoulder to shoulder. Had no idea, and I was really glad that we got to meet and like got to hang out some.
Same, and then we realized like, wow, we both are in this little community, and this is great, and it's been I feel the same way about getting to know you and your art and your career. You're just so inspiring. My grandpa would be very proud of what you've done, Pete.
Yeah, do we? Is it like rude or whatever? To talk about. We were chit chatting a little bit about the comic cover and everything. I thought this was super interesting, but I don't know if it's polite to have conversation or not.
For sure. I'm pretty open.
Yeah, well, it was like we were like, I was like, you're working on the Fire and Ice comic, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, I'd love to work on that, and you're like, oh my god, we'd love to have you, and so you hooked me up with the editor over at Dynamite, who's the publisher for the book, and I was like, I don't really care about the price, like I know you guys like, it's a smaller budget thing, like whatever, let's just figure it out, and they're like, okay, and I'm like, send me over the contract, and they're like. And I looked it over. I was like, "Ooh, it's a work for hire contract. I don't really do those anymore." And the guy's like, "It's a what?" I was like, "Work for hire." He's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? You gave me the contract. This is your contract. Like, work for hire means I don't own the art." And he's like, "Oh, really? I had no idea." Like, it's like so ingrained in this sort of culture of comics, like, that like, and I was like. Yeah, well, it's an issue. And then he looked into it. He tried to figure it out. The publisher was like, hell no, we only do work for hire. No way in hell we ever let an artist retain the rights to their work. And then at the exact same time this conversation was happening, you guys were posting a story about Frank telling George Lucas to fuck off because George Lucas was insisting that Frank do work for hire stuff. And he's like, no, I own the rights to my work, and decided to go work on Battlestar Galactica instead. And I was like, hell yeah, that's the attitude. Like, this is the legacy of, like, if you own a brand and you're going to be an independent artist, like, respecting the ownership of your work, matters. And, like, now the only reason my Frazetta Girls can exist is because the ownership, the copyrights, all this work were retained, beyond his lifetime. And it doesn't just sit. It doesn't all belong to fucking George Lucas, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And I think it's important. It's an old school practice of telling the artists they can't keep their rights. Like, if worst case scenario, I say, okay, well, that maybe figure out a co-ownership or some kind of agreement, because there were a lot of my grandpa's characters that he did that are not his, like Conan the Barbarian, a lot of things with Edgar Rice Burroughs, Tarzan. But because he was so strong in his stance about ownership, they eventually kind of folded and said, all right, well, we co-own it then. We'll settle. Everything's negotiable in life. So if you really believe in yourself as an artist, and you don't want to be a starving artist, you need to know your rights, and you need to just ask for things that maybe people don't typically ask for. Say, hey, I'm going to need a royalty, or I'm going to need part ownership, or I'm going to need full ownership. And that's something that as we expand and grow with Frazetta Girls and get into our own publishing and other endeavors, it's like that's at the top of my mind because that was my grandpa's principles in his career, and that's what I want to do with other artists as well. So we'll get to do that cover eventually, Pete. So we'll figure it out because I'm with you. I think it's really important, and it's not fair that artists are getting paid the rates that they're getting and then they don't get to keep any ownership. It's pretty crazy. You can't even make a print. It's a little mind-blowing. So I like that you're telling your community about this because it is important.
Yeah, and I just think it's really cool because like I was sort of daydreaming a long time ago about like, I've been making a lot of art for a while now. Last 10 years I've been indie. I have been retaining the rights to almost everything that I made. And I'm thinking, it's working out over a long enough period of time for me that it's possible that the work could have a life beyond my own lifespan, and that this could potentially be like a thing that I passed down in my family. And then I met you, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like, you're having this really vital relationship with your grandfather's work, building new stuff with it, keeping it in the public eye. There's still a strong public awareness of his work, long after he's not making any more of it. And like, that is like the kind of dream for me in the future, like to be able to like, have my work exist in that way. And so it's really encouraging for me to like stay on the same path to see how the people who came before me, the artists who came before me did the same thing, and how it's like affected, the lives of like the people in their family, 2 generations down. I mean, it's awesome. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I see that happening for you, Pete. You're really, really smart and motivated and disciplined.
And now I just got to make sure my kids are smart. I got to make sure my kids get it too at some point.
I think they got a good gene pool, so you're good on that front.
All right. Well, we'll see. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the entries. I don't know. Can you see my screen share? I've got the camera up. This looks like we've got this is entries from last week's here. Some late entries for the Traveler. And we got some sketches in here. Let's see. This is really cool, but I don't necessarily see the connection. We got Sleepy in here doing a sketch, anime style, Frazetta.
Oh yeah,
totally nailing the vibe.
One. Great composition.
Oh, Addict doing a death dealer.
Oh, that's good. I love that background, that movement.
Yeah, Athune's totally getting the vibe here.
It's a Sea Witch. A little Sea Witch homage. It's nice.
That's one threatening fist right there. Oh, Vlad's doing something cool here. Is this actually is it Vlad, did you listen? Oh, is this digital? At first it looked like it was traditional watercolor.
It's digital, but check the later version.
Later version? Yeah, I think we're just seeing some sketches here. People were posting sketches. Summer Dragonist got a nice sketch going.
The Queen. Beautiful.
Yeah. What an awesome piece. I was just looking through his work because I was doing a study the other day. And so I was looking through all the images on Pinterest. I love that all of the huge house cats along the side.
No, I didn't even notice that because it's so small. That's awesome.
You're doing this on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, you should check it out later. It's gonna be hard to see on the screen share, but you can check it out. If you can go find the channel for it later. This came out awesome.
That's sick. That's sick.
Keiko, great job. And this is the Addict's final version of the piece.
So there's only going to be one winner?
There's no announcements for winners. Why, you want to give a prize out to somebody?
Yeah, maybe. Like, maybe a Frazetta Girl prize. That'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to offer something to somebody, like, you're welcome to do it. We haven't like turned it into a competition. It's like a friendly.
Okay.
It's a friendly gathering of people who all want to learn together. And so,
sorry, I have that Frazetta blood in me. It's like it's always a competition.
Yeah.
What?
Who shall be the last one standing in the pile of corpses at the end of this art competition?
Exactly.
Oh, I can't. I always have trouble with these names. Lumen Histori. This came out
maybe
great.
a big Death Dealer's Clay would be real nice. Limited edition print to someone.
Oh
But
yeah,
I don't know if I can handle the pressure of like choosing. I mean, that's a little too much.
I mean, you're kind of in here as our special guest, so I think if there's anyone who's going to choose, it's going to be you. Frazzetta's got a really strong sketch starting off here. Oh shit, that came together fast. That looks so sick.
Wow, there's so many great ones. God, you have an amazing community here.
Oh, and here's with some small edits. This one came out so good. I've been saying, like, one of my favorite things about Frank's work is this sort of like subtle simplicity in a lot of the pieces, like this, like the loose expressive backgrounds and these sort of minimalist marks that like add all this energy without a lot of stuff getting in the way. And I feel like Frazzetta's like really nailing that vibe in his own style here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you do that too, Pete. It's important because then the eye's going all over the place. I've been working on a few pieces for my covers for a Vampirella series, and I'm like, God, what is wrong with it? And I'm like, oh, it's too noisy. The eye's going everywhere, and it's distracting and bothersome, and it always needs to be in thinking about who's going to be viewing it and what kind of experience they're going to have. You don't want to overwhelm people. So I love that he did that always with his an abstract background and really kept that focus on the protagonist of the story that he was telling on the canvas.
And Summer Dragoness is coming here with a really intense color palette. It seems like there's like a real intent to study this like this color palette and this background style here. It came out great. Oh, let's see. We got. Is this a double submission here? You need to reassess. We can realistically get done in a week. Oh no, this is
That's my grandpa's.
Yeah, but so Iori did. He does like sketches in VR, like 3D modeling in VR using Quill.
Yeah.
And so he's got this awesome tiger piece here that's like all a 3D like VR sketch. The anatomy on this came out so fucking cool.
That thing's scary. You wouldn't want that chasing you in the jungle.
I don't know. I kind of want to like, but the thing is, it's VR, so you could get right up, have this thing in the room with you, full size.
Right. It's horrifying.
I don't know. I mean, this looks exciting.
You want that?
I want to. Yeah, I want to go and see this thing in VR. This looks so awesome.
Difference between the men and the women. Thanks.
Oh, the Egyptian queen piece really came together towards the end here.
Yeah, I'd like to go see her. That'd be my VR experience.
You go with the VR with the sexy lady. It's gonna be me like partying with the panther.
Right.
Oh wow, the extra level of polish on this one, Vlad, really tied it all together. This is cool.
I love the lighting on her abdomen. It looks great.
I love the moody background.
I cheated a bit and I used Stable Diffusion versions for reference.
Stable Diffusion versions?
Yes. At some point I ran it through Stable Diffusion to see if how it would finish the image. And then I liked some of what I was seeing, so I copied that into my final.
That's a really interesting way of using it. So it's like, even though you're using AI as like a assistant in the process, there's not actually any AI imagery in here. It's just used as a sort of boutique reference creation.
Gave me some ideas how to like finish up some branches, some details on the axe, stuff like that.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a process I've been thinking about using, but I've never running it locally, so I don't have such an easy time being able to like feed in my own works in progress. It's something I definitely like to give a shot to myself. Oh, this is coming out great. This is from the.
That's awesome.
This is the devil from Tenacious D.
Yeah. It's great.
Very cool. Sleepy says he's not very happy with how this turned out, but he's got high standards.
I love it.
I love it too.
Cats, I mean, it's really great. It's fun.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing some of our community members that have really strong styles taking the subject matter and sort of like putting their own spin on it. And so this is exactly the sort of entries I was hoping to see. Oh, Jazz. Oh my God. I know he was like taking a bunch of extra time to like really dig in on this week. I was looking forward to seeing it. I only got to see little glimpses of it on like the screen share.
I love those colors.
Couldn't get the painting done in time, but here's the line art. This is posted today at 9
Is it just
a.m.
line art?
Yeah, so this isn't even done. Damn, dude. I think you should finish this. This came out awesome.
Hey, look, I like just like the subtleties though. Like it's what is. I mean, I am on my phone, but it looks like it's like yellow with some grays and the brown, very light, like almost like a watercolor.
Oh, you got to check out the full size version of this. This is like he's done little bits of hatching all over like the clouds and the rocks and stuff. This is like he's putting forth like 150% effort on this.
Amazing.
This looks really good. I really hope you finish this, man.
We're rooting for you. Please finish it. I'm sorry if you're hearing my dog crying in the background.
Finished this Wednesday morning, then the PSD got corrupted and did it all over again. Oh my God. So Ken did this challenge twice this week. That's a lot of raptor murder to pack into 1 week. This looks kind of like Turok Dinosaur Hunter. It's a classic from back in the old N64 days. Whoa, Jackalex got the most insane looking horse I think I've ever seen.
Oh man, that's huge.
That thing is crazy in the face.
Trying to go on my computer right now so I can just pull this up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this looks so cool. Kusu, is this your submission here? This looks... It's got the... It says Kusetta in the corner with the... Even mimicking Frank's signature. Yeah, I love how delicate it is too. Frank's got a lot of like little like watercolor and ink pieces, like really simple little delicate drawings, and this reminds me of that more so than his like big iconic like oil works. Oh my God, Adam! Fuck, dude.
Damn.
Adam's our like resident like metalhead. He used to be in a band, and he also does like the most metal. He has like this super heavy metal styled like, brand, this like style to his work. And this piece came out fucking awesome, dude. This
Reminds me of Brahm a bit.
Yeah.
I was going to say it kind of started slipping into Brahm territory unintentionally, but I mean, Brahm cites Frazetta as one of his influences. So
for sure.
Fair game.
Well, that was the trick.
Sure.
I was saying that Keith Thompson gave me is that if you want to rip off somebody, rip off their influences. So if you're going to rip off Brahm, I guess you have to like study Frazetta.
Absolutely.
I love this kind of art a lot. I mean, this is exactly the kind of format I always make my stuff in. So maybe I've got a little bit of a soft spot for this. I also really like Adam. He's a former mentee of mine, and this is really good. There's a lot of really good ones, but this one feels like it's targeted at me.
For you, Pete.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
This is very cool too. Oh, I see. Reference photo from Dracula versus the Wolfman.
Oh, against the gods. That's sick. There's so many good ones. It's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Huckleberry is full of like artists who are like quietly super good at what they're doing. So this is the end of it. This is all the entries. Congratulations, everybody. You're all winners in my heart, but also, Sarah, do you want to give? You were the one who broached it, so now we can't back away.
No, I feel terrible, but oh gosh, can I give like a? I'm being such a millennial here. Can I do a runner-up prize?
If you want to give away like some prints to like a couple of people, like I can broker it to like connect you guys so that they can get their stuff. Is there some people that you want to call out?
I think I want to go on the computer first and give it all a fair shot since I'm looking at it in like a microsphere right now. So
yeah, I'm
it's
going to
like
be streaming for the next 2 hours. So like there's no rush. We can circle back on this. I was just going to look through some
Beautiful.
other stuff inside the community and then maybe
Well, let's do 3. Let's do 3 winners. That sounds good. 3 is a good number.
you want to pick out 3 people to be able to send some free shit to?
Yeah, I want to send some free shit, some like nice big prints, and make some room in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will be awesome. Maybe some like light up Death Dealer keychains. Some fun
light
stuff.
up Death Dealer keychains. They have like is it like the little Death Dealer helmet and it's got like light up red eyes?
It is. Yep.
Oh, wait, I gotta see if we can find a photo of this so I can put it on screen. That's amazing. Is it on FrazettaGirls.com?
It is. It should be in one of the newer banners on the main page of the website. And now the light can stay on. Before, we had a Death Dealer keychain a couple years ago, but you had to like it awkwardly hold the light for the eyes to light up. But now you can just press this button and walk around with your glowing helmet on your keys or your belt or wherever the heck you want to put it.
I was asking Twitch if it's okay to show artistic nudity, and they have apparently never wrote a policy about it. So I may actually get banned for looking at your website here. We'll see.
Oh God, I apologize. No. I think it's under. I should know this. Is there an access? There it is. Go down a little bit. Keep going to the left, right there. This little double.
Oh, here we go. Hell yeah. This is cool. I thought I didn't know what we had planned here, but this is a pretty good prize.
Yeah, those are gonna be in addition to the print. I'm feeling very generous today.
Oh shit.
A couple of giclées and some helmets to accompany it.
Hell yeah. We were going to do a giveaway later. We're going to do a random giveaway and give away a tablet to the chat today. That's something we actually kind of need to get going. That's something we need to get. Dustin, my producer, and I were going to try to get the giveaway going earlier in the chat so we gave more people a chance to submit to it. But I really like the idea of you giving away free stuff to our community members here.
I like it too. Well, yeah, just let's see. So I'll get on that. I'll send you my final answers, and I guess you'll connect us, and we'll be all set.
I'll connect to you guys. I'll give you some addresses for you to send some gift packages out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me, Pete. This was so fun.
No, thank you for coming. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Really motivating and inspiring. I need to get my ass to work. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can stick around if you want, or you can duck out. Whatever you want to do. I'm gonna move on and start looking at the sketchbooks.
Packing to go up north, so I'm gonna head off now. But I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. See you around.
All right. Bye, Pete.
Bye. All right. Cool. Free shit. I had no idea. So I was gonna look through some of the other community stuff. Sorry, was I talking over someone?
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, do you want to get the giveaway?
Has been started. If people want to start joining it, and then it's going to end around 1:45 your time.
That's Friday giveaway. It's in the text channel here. So I'm gonna at everyone.
My little idea grew to a Frazetta giveaway.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get some Frazetta swag straight from the source today. And then by the end of this thing, we're also gonna have to figure out what next week's challenge is gonna be. All right. So if you want an XP Pen tablet, it's very similar to the tablet that I do all my work on. If you don't already have a tablet to use for yourself, or you want an extra one for your home office or whatever, or for travel, this is the sort of thing that works really well with travel. Feel free to come in here and hit the thing, and you'll be entered to win. And we were going to do a live drawing, and we're going to send one of these things out. I got photos from last time we did a giveaway. They received it, even though they were in Canada. If you live outside of North America, I think it might still work, because I'm just gonna buy it from Amazon, and Amazon's gonna ship it straight to you. So I'm hoping that I can do this for other regions. Otherwise, it's going to get really expensive as a giveaway for me. we'll do our best to figure it out. Wow, we got way more entries since I hit the at everyone this time out, so that's cool. So good luck, everyone. We're going to try to do this literally every Friday. XP Pen hit me up last week and asked if we wanted to work together on some sort of collaboration, like giveaway, unboxing, whatever, and I was instantly like, yes, of course. Hell yes, give me a pile of these things to give away. I would love to be able to work together with a tablet producer to be able to make sure that people get good tools and like have fun goodies to like get for free as participating inside our community. And I am hoping that that thing comes together because like I immediately responded with a lot of enthusiasm and they have not written me back. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that they're waiting just like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe it's a holiday in China or something. Anyways, I want to look at some of the... I've just been really curious to look through the dailies. I tried to look through all the dailies last Friday, and it was tough because you guys have been amazing at participating in the dailies. Was someone just talking again? Okay. So I'm going to breeze through it a little bit, and then I want to take a look at the sketchbooks because I have not been keeping up looking at the sketchbooks, and I've noticed we've been getting some new users in there. Oh, man. Yeah, Min is ripping through a bunch of new designs. It's cool to see. Jake has like crossed some sort of level up boundary and has been doing like a ton of monster designs that are like totally different from his previous stuff, but are like looking absolutely amazing. Actually, wait. I'm going to take a second to go through that. This week, we're going to try something new. In the Today's the Day folder, I'm paring down the number of reference images that I'm providing. I've got 2 really good reference images that I both really like today for like if you want to do a photo study. But Jake was actually making up some mood boards, some little mood boards to act as like a starting point for creating original work. Jake, are you in the room? Can you talk about these?
Yeah, I was telling Pete before the stream started that I do this for myself. I usually don't post it because it's just like a quick sketch that I do in the morning. But the idea is that you wake up on your own terms and you're able to creatively problem solve before everyone has their coffee, essentially. I'm using like 2 to 3 real life reference images and then just pulling from like some of my favorite artists. Creature concept artists like that,
and then figuring out a way of mixing it together into your own kind of like creative brief, like wordless creative brief every single day.
Yeah, because like you could really do anything with it. You could do a character, creature,
yeah, or even an environment or whatever. Like, you could do a lot. You could do a lot with it. Like, the idea is to take the pieces of it, either stylistically or conceptually, that you enjoy, and use it as a jumping off point to create something original. And like, this is sort of we were talking before about like, okay, doing studies every day is really good. You learn a lot, but if you want to exercise making art for yourself, you need to be creating something original all the time, in conjunction with the studies. And so I was like, I don't know what kind of format we would be able to do that. And you pitched these, and then you also made up a bunch of them. So I have like a small backlog of mood boards cached from the work that you put in on making them. And so I'm going to start feeding these out as part of the daily study channel. So if you're subscribed to the announcement channel, today is the day. Every day, every weekday, I'm posting up reference images, and I'll be posting up some mood boards too. So if you've been wanting to move away from studies and try to do something that's more original, this will hopefully help as far as creating a bit of structure for that. And then if everyone really digs them and they're getting a decent amount of use, then I'm going to lean on Jake to keep feeding them to me so I can keep posting them here.
Yeah, and I was telling you that you can be like super literal or just use the images as loose guidelines, or anywhere in between. But the idea is just to get people creatively problem solving, like daily, weekly, monthly, however much time they want to put into it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, great. So, what we're seeing on the dailies right now is like we see a lot of people doing like the photo studies that I've been doing, like doing their own versions of them. It's something I absolutely love to see, especially when like so people do stuff like what Taha A did here, which is to stylize it. Like I've been pretty literal with a lot of mine, but then some people have been putting a lot of themselves into these studies, and like it has been inspiring for me to want to try to be more experimental with this, because this is like this feels creative in a way that like doing the studies literally isn't, and like it's been so cool. So there's like the more literal ones, like the ones I've been doing. Guanto's been doing all these incredible gouache landscape studies, not of the ones I'm providing, but of their own. And then people like you have been putting in like daily effort to do original concept design, just like from scratch or from a mood board. And seeing all that on the dailies makes me want to try to create resources for every different type of way that people are studying art and trying to get better and like pushing themselves every day. Because like there's not like a single thing that we all need. And like what I'm doing right now with my photo studies is like one approach. It's like it's me targeting my own weaknesses and me experimenting with the things that I don't feel like I'm experimenting with on my own time. And then, everybody else has their own things that they're trying to attack. We're at 56 entries for the XP Pen giveaway on Discord. That's awesome. So if any of you on Twitch want to get in on this and submit an entry, it's free. Just follow the link over to the Discord, and you should be able to find it in the Friday giveaway channel. Just need to click the thing to like submit, and we're gonna do the drawing at the end of the challenge. Yeah, this is a great example of the sort of thing that like I know some people they feel like they really need to level up their hands. Hands are crazy hard. And so putting in daily studies on these kind of anatomical studies is something that's like really typical. We don't have any resources up for it right now. I'm not going to be able to provide every kind of resource for everything that everyone's doing all the time, but I want to be able to like make the whole process a little easier wherever I can by adding extra like stuff to kind of give to people to like give them a starting point. And seeing everyone do their own versions of some of these images has been like so cool to me, because it shows off the way in which even something as literal as doing a photo study ends up being transformed by the different like perception that everybody has. This was such a tricky one. So one of the ones that I think I have to call out, I just heard her walk in. Anya did one. She was so disappointed with herself. She did a watercolor one. I thought it came out awesome. And she's like, it sucked, and like she like threw it at me at the kitchen when I walked in. She's coming in here now, hang out. Hey, just talking about your work. It was coincidence. I'm getting a look.
I was just going to ask you if you want coffee and or donut.
Coffee and or a donut. I could take both of those.
Okay, I'll make some coffee.
Kim was asking, question: if someone's trying to stylize away from realism, how would you advise going about this? Maybe include how to do it within studies. Just thought it would be interesting info. Yeah, it's something I've struggled with a lot when it comes to the studies. So if there's anybody who's been doing that a lot, who's inside the voice chat, who wants to speak to that question, I'd be really interested to hear an answer. Donut, please. Yeah, Fajota. Yeah, she's away, but I'll let Fajota. I'll let her know that you want a donut too when she's back. But yeah, the Dailies channel has been one of my favorite things to see every day on the internet, just because of I guess you guys like Anya's painting, so it's good. She like never does human figures, never works from DM me the address. Yeah, and so like I thought it came out great. And then, I mean, trying to do this stuff in traditional media is like mega hard mode. So huge props to Caliber, Delia for giving this a swing. This was a really tough one. This was one of the hardest experiences I had trying to do a study. And then a lot of people ended up trying to do it this week, just because it's such a cool photo, but it messes with you so hard trying to get the values to make it look like it's actually light on a person's face. It really requires like a careful analysis of the thing. Very delicate touch. Oh, Jackalac's going for the biblically accurate angels. Going after my own heart. Yeah, even a day later, I'm seeing a lot of people giving it a try at this one. This feels like we're going to have to put this in the Hall of Fame as like all time, like, you want to challenge yourself to do studies, try this like really annoyingly hard like photograph. It's like, it should be kind of easy because it's so monochrome. There's so few colors and there's so little in it. It's just like, it's just a face. Like, why would this be hard? Ms. Vix, hi there. First time chatter. I specifically try to block out the characters and then over-exaggerate some of the blockouts, torso, hands, eyes, etc., and then try to work from there. Lately, I've been following a TikTok trend of trying to draw characters using animal features, cat and deer, and it's been helping with stylizing. That's a really interesting idea. I had seen some people who were doing that where I don't have any examples up right now, but they had been like taking like a photo of an animal that had a lot of personality and turning it into a person who had like the same personality. It's like those cats that look like Adam Driver. Arena starts to saying I would pick one aspect within visual theory and harp on that as hard as possible. Hard angular shapes only, round shapes only, blue and magenta only. Caricature artists are also great to look at. Yeah, a caricature and likeness is one of those things that I just sort of resigned myself to being permanently bad at because it's a thing that I've always had a weakness with personally. And I see other people do it, and it's clear that they like understand something. They see something in it that like I don't. And so I've just written it off, like largely. And so I'm not going to ever become a caricature artist, but trying to understand like what forms a likeness is something that I've been really interested in as I've been getting into doing more of these photo studies. It's like, it's one of those things where I think like people like me maybe just aren't so good with faces. And so it's just like, it's an interesting challenge to try to get into that for the first time.
Can we get a photo of you so we could do a caricature? I tried once.
A photo of
years
me?
ago, but yes. Yes. I tried the caricature of you. I'm not pleased with it, so I want to do another one.
No, I don't think I'm going to be posting any photos of myself on the Discord. Weekly challenge Pete Mohrbacher caricature. I'm going to say no to that. That's like the first time I'm going to hear a suggestion. I'm going to say no to it.
Fair enough.
Vyar is saying there's a person
your
on Twitter
wishes.
who takes pictures of animals, also inanimate objects, and makes designs based off of them. That is a really cool idea. I mean, that might be good for one of these. I think Esben Losh is doing that. Let me see. I can pull up a reference to that here because I just started following him. I ran into him on a Discord, and I was like, oh, I know this guy's work. How am I not following him? I ran into him over on Bjorn Huri's Discord server. He was doing these, like, transform an animal photo into a character thing. And it's like, he's like a master at this. So, like, this is sort of, to me, what the high end of it could be. Really incredible work. Picking the nose at the tongue. It's a good moment. Damn. Yeah, this might be fun to try. I might have to give something like this a swing because that's a really cool idea. So this is like a TikTok trend that's happening right now. It might not be the person you're remembering. Yeah, this is Esben Losh. Or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm linking the Instagram over in the Twitch chat here. He's got some amazing stuff. Vyar's got an example on X. Oh, using inanimate objects as like a design thing. I've seen some of this. I've got at least one of these inside my reference folder as well. Also a very cool idea to use like a single cool looking inanimate object as like a basis for an entire character design. Yeah, that's a really cool challenge. I don't know if that's something that we can translate into a weekly challenge though, unless I was going to provide like specific photos, because trying to make it a 2-step challenge where it's like first you ask people to go find stuff and then you ask them to do something with it, makes it a little less focused, and also it puts a little bit more burden on people. Whoa, 903,000. Oh, of course no one can see what the fuck I'm looking at because I've got the wrong thing up. Go me. Renota. I need people to yell at me in chat more when I'm like doing that. This is like a classic mistake of mine. I just presume that I've got the screen share going. But let me pull up Esben Lash's, or this is nope, wrong link. This is Esben's stuff that I was just reacting to. Oh my god. Oh my god, Instagram. All right, give me 1 second here. This is technology. Here we go. There we go. Really, really cool design work. People on TikTok have been experimenting with anime theory of using cat proportions to make faces. Yes, I saw this. The theory that all anime characters are actually just pictures of cats that have been slightly humanized. That the whole weird like anime style face is actually just a cat face. I totally buy it. Seeing how the community develops their own take on some images would be super fun. I mean, yeah, that could be a really good idea as far as figuring out, like, finding some, trying to build a character design based off of, like, all the same reference in a way that, like, forces a level of interpretation. That could be good. Of course, Discord breaks the instant. Go back to the layout. Okay, there we go. Wow. All right. There we go. Oh my God, what's happening? This thing still working? All right. I want to check out some sketchbooks, see what's going on there, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the challenge at the end of the stream. Yeah, Fossil Follies has been posting all of these dinosaur pieces. Let's see. I'm going to move this over here somewhere. These pencil drawings are amazing. I love seeing the amount of personality in the sort of texture of the pencil work, and like they're so solid and like even in like with this exaggerated perspective, everything feels so like solid and believable for this weird goofy idea. I'm such a sucker for like really expressive pencil drawings. Jeez. Acrylic wash painted over ink line art. Man, that really works out. Getting that bit of rendering over the top of like the really clean inked lines. Speaking of adding character to inanimate objects. Delia is. I love this little the biblically accurate angel headdress interpretation of that one photo for the dailies. That came out really cool.
I was feeling pretty silly that day. Had a lot of fun.
Man, Min's churning out like nonstop new character designs. I love a big hat. It's hard to say no to a big hat. I mean, going all the way on it and having like all of the really long drapes coming off the top of it, such a good touch. Ink and marker. Man, that's a really challenging combo. Very cool to do for studies. I'm surprised I didn't see more of these. I put this guy. This is like a famous painting, and it's one that I would have wanted to study, but I didn't. I was doing a different one that day. Summer Dragoness is one of the only ones who seem to get to enjoy it. Oh, this is really interesting. Doing like sort of cryptozoology or crypto. What would you call it? What do you call somebody who studies plants? Like crypto horticulture, of like different, like. What do you call somebody who studies plants? Cryptobotany.
Botany, yeah.
Yeah. Like different, like. Ooh, I'm getting some echo off of somebody back here. Who's the echoey one? Cryptobotany. It's WHN. I'm gonna server mute you for a bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. Love this guy. I always like any drawing that's going to bring a lot of personality like that. I'm always going to be a fan of it. The weird plants. It's such an interesting thing. I've never seen anybody else do this. Full of ideas and no follow through. This is a lot of ideas to put down on canvas all at once. I really like this composition. Need to put that hot Lucifer statue up for ref one day, Pete. A hot Lucifer statue, and there's a few of them, aren't there? Wow, this is a really cool composition too. I really like this piece as well. I mean, you don't need to follow through on every idea every single day. If you've got a bunch of stuff that's all piled up that you can kind of like drill down on later, that's a crazy productive day. And this drawing's coming out really well too. Exobotany. Yeah, that's a good idea. That might be the word for it. I mean, it's your thing, so you get to name it. Jake is showing off a little bit of how he's using the mood board here, doing a bunch of weird monster guys. He's got this is one of the mood boards that he provided for me. And then here's some examples of like the kinds of monster designs that he's building off of it personally. I think everybody who would give this a try would probably end up with like a really, really different interpretation of how to use the mood board. Blue-footed booby. We're not allowed to show boobies on stream. I think I'm going to let this one pass, though. It's a really cool color palette. Arena Arts is saying, I saw a meme that was making the Statue of Liberty look like visual inspiration for an old painting of Lucifer, LOL. The artist was told his first final was too hot, so he made a hotter version. Le Gen du Mal. I don't know how to pronounce anything in French. Wow, what a strange study. I really love Silight's rendering style, like whatever brush or like technique that's being used to like make this rendering gives it this like really creamy look that I really enjoy. And like I one of these days I'm gonna try to like see if I can replicate a little bit of that, because I like the texture that my rendering makes, but there's like I feel like I have this aspiration to make it have that little extra bit of creaminess, and this is just like reminding me to like try it out and see if I can get it that way. Ooh, I hear coffee coming. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Max. Oh, I got a donut and a coffee. Man, I'm like Dale Cooper over here.
I'll come join you for a bit.
Okay. Artist's younger brother made the original Lucifer too hot, so Big Brother came along and made him even hotter. Yeah. I'm over in here like leaving tapes for Diane. There's a whole rack full of them. Did they ever introduce Diane at any point during any of the movies or whatever? Sleepy's been posting more stuff. I love Sleepy's work. I don't know where you came from, Sleepy, but you just kind of like busted in here and have like been tossing out these like incredible entries for the challenges. I really appreciate that you're taking the time to work on these. They are such a pleasure to see. Oh, you never saw The Return? I think Twin Peaks: The Return is worth checking out. It's very weird. Oh, you got the maple glazed one?
Yeah, and well, they didn't have that many choices because it was
Too late in the day?
yeah. It was
Do you want to come over on this side closer to the mic?
not when I'm eating.
Whatever. You can. I'll make room for you. Come over here. Swap real quick.
Oh wait.
All right. It's tiny here in the bunker. Here, I'll bring
Yeah.
your coffee and your donut over a little
Yeah.
closer. It's
So,
tiny.
so is Sarah here today, or she couldn't make it?
No, she made it earlier. She was
I missed
really
her.
excited with the work, and then she was offering to give away some free stuff to some people. So she's gonna check out the entries on her home PC computer, and
Hi,
then
Kim.
and then she's going to pick some to be able to. Oh, this is
It's cool.
Jazz was playing around with some color palettes. His line work came out awesome, but he didn't get a chance to finish painting it up yet. I'm excited to see it come together. Look at this.
Wow.
This is really good. This one might be a print, man. I think this one might be a moneymaker for you. Oh, yeah, Matsu's making more stuff. Cool, weird, like airship stuff. Really cool. Oh, interesting. I don't think I saw any work like this during the portfolio review. Now I'm going to be chewing into the mic. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to stay away from the mic.
Mm-hmm. Addicts is posting some of their past work. Really cool.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the entry for the Frazetta challenge, obviously. And then a link to their Instagram. Excellent. And they are French. I love when you guys post links back to your stuff on the Discord. It's like Discord does not necessarily connect to the outside world, so you got to go through that extra effort to make sure it all hooks up so we can actually find you, follow you if we like you.
I just discovered recently that you can put a link in your
bio.
profile,
But
which
here's
I
the thing.
didn't
This is
realize.
what got me and I'm gonna blow up their spot. Ash like harassed over on the New Masters Academy Discord was they counted that as self promotion. So like a bunch of servers get really, really anal about like trying to make sure that artists never share their links or whatever. And so like they crawl people's ass sometimes if you have like links in your bio and you're just hanging out in voice chat being chill.
Well, I don't hang out in my Discord, so I don't think I have.
But not around here.
problem.
We're pro self promotion. We want to see people make cool stuff, and we want to know where we can follow them. And if they're going to release like an art book or whatever, we would want to know about it. Is it a damn fine cup of coffee? It is a damn fine cup of coffee. Miguel's just got an opening post going. Gotta start cooking.
Here's a question for me. I basically just make, like, the question is, how do you make art while running kids? So the answer is just like wherever I can find time, but also I didn't make it like I'm not making a living out of it. It's just like basically since art making is kind of my free time, I just became like really, really, really selfish with it, and I just make the type of stuff that I want to make whenever I want to make it. So it's just kind of like a relaxation for me. So that's how I do it.
Yeah, you're not making a living off of it.
No, I sell paintings here and there, but I don't have a pressure of having to make something that is sellable. It's just I get to paint the things that make me happy.
It's hard to tell sometimes whether or not what people are doing is actually like a living or if it's just like something they do for the love of it. Because like you see a lot of really cool art online, and you're not sure which is it. Like is it a tip of an iceberg that like is just like this person has mountains of incredible paintings in their closet that no one's buying, or is it like they have an entire merchandising business that's like making $1 million a year in sales?
Yeah.
Like you see a couple of JPEGs and there's like no way of telling the difference. And we build a lot of narratives in our heads about like who's successful and who's not. And like, then there's questions, well, how do you do it all? How do you balance these things? It's like, in a lot of cases, people just don't balance it.
Like my problem is that I hate working for hire. Like I hate doing commissions, and I also really, really, really hate doing marketing of any kind. And
you're just as bad at commissions as I am. We're both terrible at it.
Like making merchandise. Like I would like to have merchandise of my art, but I don't like making it. So I just end up with a box and like full of paintings. They're kind of overflowing and sketchbooks.
Whenever we have like an artist guest over our house, we're like, check this shit out. And I pull out this big ass box, and it's just like stacks and stacks of original paintings. And they just get to spend an hour like leafing through it with their eyes wide open because it's so fun to see Anya's work in person.
Yeah, they're much better in person actually than online.
Michael here's 18 years old from Germany. Getting started at 18. That was way before I got going like this in digital painting. If you keep this up, you're going to be going places, Michael.
These are great.
Yeah.
I love the texture and the dress.
Oh, yeah. Came out great. Keep pushing. Keep up with it. Aspiring to become a professional illustrator. I mean, go for it, but even if you don't become a professional, being able to do art all the time means that you like get to hang out with artists, and you get to like have something to do with your time. Like there's a lot of good reasons to just make a shitload of art all the time besides having a career. Like whether or not art is your full-time source of income doesn't really affect, like, I think your identity is like whether or not you're a real artist or not. I mean,
I really believe firmly that more people need to make art just because it feels good to make it.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot at pushing that for a couple of years and see how that goes. Because like before, it was like all career talk all the time, and now it's like, maybe we should just do it because it's fucking cool. These kind of geometric studies are really interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot, like different ways, because like this is something that I think beginners, like they don't have like a strong basis in, is like seeing things as in 3D. And so I think this is something that I want to try to reveal a little bit more when it comes to like going over art education, like making sure that people understand this.
I see some animals.
You see some animals?
Yes.
Oh, very weird Akira-like goopy guy.
These are really good. Whose are these?
This is Cube.
Okay.
Cube's always hanging out and usually silent.
I will have to.
They bailed earlier today though. Too
hunt
boring.
Down this person's Instagram, I think.
Unicorn dog. It's a good idea.
I love these. I love the animal that's there. Someone had a question about the challenge.
Oh, Attic discovered my work at the Naya Museum of Art in France. Yeah, there's like a museum out in a forest, in a castle in a forest somewhere, that has like my art and a few other illustrators. And they like sell my books and thing.
It says that as you're eating, your VTuber swaps between smiling and frowning.
Yeah. I'm done with the donut now. But yeah, I was like looking over it to see like what it was doing while I was chewing.
I didn't know it could smile.
Yeah, I can give a smile. I need to like exaggerate the expressions more and
But
like
you need to make this like really like creepy big toothy smile with all the teeth showing.
yeah.
That.
And I gotta mess with the VTuber stuff again. It's just like I'm trying to get like all the stuff set up and all of it going.
But as far as the challenges are concerned, all the challenges end on Friday, and then after Friday, Pete sets up a new one.
Yep.
So is it over now, or if somebody wants to post something?
I saw a late entry from last week, so I thought it was cool. It ended up on stream, but like the official time for the challenge is like it's the first thing we're gonna do when we start up the Friday stream is take a look at the challenges, and so that's like when it's due is the time when we're gonna go like look at it on Twitch. So
somebody said that you say after Friday.
Did you say after Friday pizza? Did I say pizza? There's a chance I can just say pizza randomly just because it's the only thing I'm thinking about. Tarot cards, nice. Working in series is always like really, really helpful to like stay productive and like have something to work on next. First tarot card at the beginning of 2023. Yeah, now you got only 77 more to go.
Kim says she's working in travel. I want to see that one.
Working on a traveler, thanks to client work.
That was the one I wanted to do, and I like failed. So
that's the one I would have done. I would have done both of these had I like had some more time, like in the week. Oh, this is Iori's. Oh, I see. This is the ref. It's this guy here, and then being built up inside.
Is it 3D?
Oh yeah. You want to see?
Wow.
It's done in VR. So it's done in Quill.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It is really cool. Yeah, Sarah was like, I don't want to be in VR with that thing. I was like, give me a fucking break. This is awesome.
I want to be in VR with that thing.
It's so cool looking. Oh, dang. This Mothman is baller. Yanya was driving her mom to the airport in like a different city. I love these guys.
Yeah, I was just in the car for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, otherwise she probably would have joined me through the whole thing. I think on Fridays having you here to help react to stuff would be nice. I was having like a double perspective on this. Otherwise it's just me oohing and ahhing.
I really do love that frog. Or toad.
He's got such an angry little expression.
We should have an animal challenge. Or you should start throwing animals into the dailies.
Throwing animals in the dailies? I can do that.
Yeah, because like, I want to learn how to do animals.
There's okay, so we were talking a little bit about like characters inspired by animals. Should we just do, I was like, oh, it doesn't work because then people need to like find a reference and then do it. But like, doing a character that is inspired by a photo of an animal, is that easy enough to communicate as an idea over the challenge?
Maybe.
Denim's over here grinding out these studies. Creative Caliber thinks it could work. I don't see why not. Who's your favorite cryptid? I think mine is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is not. Yeah, that guy is 100% a mutant.
An ultimate stuntman.
Yeah.
Next to the Jackie Chan, I think.
I mean, I think Jackie Chan is a better stuntman than Tom Cruise, personally. But,
Someone asked, how do you get your sketchbook review in live in Twitch sidebar chat here?
Oh, I mean, all you need to do is be posting on sketchbooks. I'm just looking at what all the new sketchbooks are on the Discord. So if you just go to the Discord and make a sketchbook thread, then we're gonna check them out. I'm checking them out every Friday until there's like so much that I can't get through them. I just want to see what everyone's latest stuff is.
It's really good.
It's great. Oh yeah, this came out great.
Literally Twitch content. They may be asking like how to set up a thread.
How to set up a thread? Oh, you just go to, there's a sketchbooks category here. You just go.
There is a plus sign.
There's a new post thing at the top. You just make a new post with your name, and then post a few pieces to kick things off, and then keep up any kind of sketches or new pieces that you're making, any kind of new studies that you're doing. Post them in the sketchbook, and we're looking over community stuff every Friday. So that's the Vyers got hitting the nail on the head. Is easy enough to communicate the challenge. That it requires some examples. So I need to find examples of this stuff and compile it and post it along with the red description for the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are 67 entries in the Friday giveaway. Okay, so this is officially our most entered giveaway. We've officially hit on the correct format for making sure that people get the giveaway stuff.
I wanted to ask you about the giveaway.
What about
I just wonder if people in the chat are only interested in tablets or in traditional art supplies also.
Well, I'm sure traditional art supplies also. It's just that I'm coming in here without having a giveaway thing planned. And then we're we'll just give away another tablet. Tablets are great.
Well, I could make a set of something.
If
I'm
you
just
want-
wondering if people are interested in
And
that.
then Sarah was like, "Oh, I can give away some stuff from the Frazetta Girls store." I was like, "Okay, great." So we're gonna try to figure that out too. But I lost track of where I even am. I think people have been updating as it's been
Someone
going.
is asking how did they click the... did they click the confetti button to enter the giveaway?
Just click the confetti button to enter the giveaway. That's it. Yeah. And at the end, it's gonna pick a Discord username based off of who is reacting to the post, and that's it.
It was... Okay.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Traditional art supplies. Yeah. Traditional art supplies, in a way, are kind of better because you can never have too many.
Once
you have a good tablet, you're kind of
I'm
set.
horrible with art supplies. I always want more.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, we got an update on Fajodo's playing card deck here. This is a great start. I really like that when people go out of their way to make the double-faced ones, as opposed to doing them the way I've done them before, which is just having the one guy.
And flip it, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But you can even do minor variations between the two. That's the way to do it 100%. And it's way harder to do it this way, which makes it so much more of a flex. And he's pulling it off in a way I think I would really struggle with. So I think this is a really great start.
It is really good. And the line work is so clean.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's so strong at drawing. And there's so many good subtleties in the anatomy, the hand anatomy and stuff. Such a flex.
Yeah. Good expressions too.
Uh-huh. Oh, and then he did and then he also made time to do a Frazetta challenge entry. And now he's trying to do sword timber also. Got to do everything. And Truffle's got a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, I was saying that their OCs look like the kind of OCs I would have made back in the day.
Mm.
I can
see that.
I gotta post some more old
you really
teenage
do.
work
You were
of mine.
supposed to, and I don't think you did.
I did. I posted a bunch of it.
You posted Crow because I asked you to post Crow.
I was I had it in the chat. I had it on screen share. I'll post it. And then Anya hasn't posted in 13 days, so.
I haven't posted. No, that's not true.
Yeah, it says post. Oh no, you started the thread 13 days ago. Oh my god, I'd like the cat. I think this is the best painting Anya's done in the last year.
You have a weird. Weird. What do you call it?
Ink nibs and brushes, water tube ink brushes, refillable markers. Copic Spectra AD, something similar. I suppose it depends on the type of work. Yeah, it's I would love if art supply companies could contact me to offer to participate in giveaways, I would pimp their brand so that we could put stuff in people's hands for free. That would be the best. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of that. Speaking of challenges, Tim Von Rune's Discord announced their Drawtober suggestions themes today.
Ooh.
Yeah, we need to figure out in what way we can help out with Drawtober, if there's a way we can help out with Drawtober. Because we're building this community right now that's focused on learning and doing stuff all the time, making lots of art. Drawtober.
Just send them all over to Tim's.
Yeah, it's okay, we're not doing weekly challenges this month because we're doing 30 challenges this month for Drawtober.
Oh, and they could be posted across both of them.
I mean, you could post across both of them. There's a is there a Drawtober website? Can I pimp the Drawtober website?
I think if they're just... Oh, maybe for last year. I don't know if they have one for this year yet.
2023? There's a Twitter account. There is an official Instagram. And then there's Inktober.
Yeah,
not what we're looking
the
for.
one that it started out as.
Yeah.
The one no one speaks about anymore.
Yeah, the one that, yeah. The challenge whose name shall not be spoken. Yeah, Drawtober, I'm going to follow it, I guess. Drawtober's run by Tim Von Ruden. He's a friend of mine. He's great. And he puts a shitload of work every year into running this monthly challenge
really cool.
in October. And so he's got a bunch of people who are helping make like promotional images for it. And so he's got these hosts. I don't know, Rin.
Oh, Babs isn't.
Yeah, Babs is
That's
working on
cool.
it. Dustin's working on it. Sang's working on it. And then I guess I don't know Flash Delirium or Rin Marks. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I'm being rude that I forgot about that I met him. But yeah, this is going to be like a month-long challenge, and we should definitely be cross-promoting it here because it's like basically the same.
Is it a weekly one? I hope
is
it's a weekly
is
one.
Is he doing weekly things?
Oh no, I think it's daily.
Overgrown Cemetery, Moth Pit and Library, Devious Dining, Mulek.
Or maybe it is weekly.
How does this work? 1 month, 6 prompts. Join the party on our Discord.
Okay, so it is. It is.
6 prompts.
Well, it's not daily though. So.
I know. Okay, so it's not like
So
having to
it's
do
doable.
31 drawings. It's 6 prompts done over the course of
Which is
31
still a
days in
lot.
October. So that's a month away. So if we wanted to say the challenge, we're doing the Drawtober challenges together. That's like a month of challenges booked out, but we still need to figure out something we're doing for the next month. But I would do that. I might tell Tim
We
that
should
I'm gonna
talk
be.
to Tim.
Well,
It'll be
he was on.
You'll be like, oh, I'm sending people over to your.
Yeah. I'll send people over to him. But then like the Drawtober Discord is only gonna be running for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And so, maybe they come back over here afterwards. We'll see what's going on with it.
Plans.
Yeah. Scheming. So if you guys are curious about doing challenges, I think this is going to be... I think I want to do this for October. I might try to participate in it also. I've been saying I haven't been drawing enough. I want to draw more. I also haven't been doing the challenges, and if I'm not the one making the challenge, then I feel like I've got room to participate in it.
Mm.
I'm maybe
so much on your plate
I've had
already.
so much on my plate.
Unless you do it as daily, so I think you're gonna.
I just did. I could do it during my daily time. I just said no to a teaching job, but then I wrote back to him and be like, Anya could do the teaching job, and so Anya might have gotten a teaching job today.
I did not get an email yet.
She's gonna email you later today. But yeah, okay. So Drawtober. That's a really, really interesting idea.
Where did the chat go?
It's over here.
It's hidden.
That's why I need 3 monitors while I'm doing streaming. Does a new post automatically make a sketchbook folder or in the Discord section? Yeah, so like when you make a new thread, it then it's just yours, and then all you need to do is keep replying to it inside the thread here. So if you want one of these tiles, you just make a new thread, and then you're good forever. You can just keep replying to that over and over again. What? I didn't have a chef on there. I got to chef people up.
The chef.
Yeah. If they're not getting a chef, then they're not really cooking, are they?
Does it mean I need to give you one?
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't seen Rekka's stuff before.
That's beautiful.
This is awesome. Right up my alley. Oh,
this is gorgeous.
I don't know how people manage to do this where they get the likeness and still break it up into these shapes like this. So good. Did I skip past the bunny too fast? Wow, the non-vulgar version of the bottom is inappropriate to type. You can't say but. Oh, added permitted term but. You can say but now in chat. You're allowed to say but. What's Anya's social?
Dustin was on it.
Microdose. Oh, yeah, okay. Dustin's on it. Yeah, the auto mod is very ambitious. It didn't like the word big.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Someone's talking about big something, and they're like, nothing big around here. Not while we're watching.
Only small things.
Only small things. We are all classically trained artists around here. No, I asked Twitch if classical art that contained nudity was allowed, And they're like, well, the policy says you can't have real nudity. And I was like, well, it's not real nudity. Why does it say real?
Wait,
and they're like,
did you get any updates since yesterday?
well, they said that they posted a link to say like there's a policy about video game nudity and about actual nudity on camera. And they have no other policies. They've made no other policies. And I was like, if you want to get a bunch of creative people to use your platform, you should probably write policies that include stuff that happens for artists.
Yeah, I want to see that.
This looks like that. I think it might be a Rancor, but it reminds me of that guy from Gears of War. I was just playing Gears of War with our little 8-year-old.
He is 9.
9. So Gears of War was like made to make 9-year-olds super excited. It's fun. He like jumps up and down as we're like chainsawing Locust in half. It's really funny. Yeah, this came out great.
It did.
I look forward to see more stuff from you. It seems like you're just getting started. And then I think I've seen some of these before. I was browsing through these a little bit on my own, looking in throughout the week.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I thought some of these these
are cool.
Like kind of skeletonized portraits were really interesting. All being done in pen.
Nice.
Very cool. LGN.
This is so pretty.
Oh my god. So this is what I've been trying to do with my studies. And it's even got like the vertical smears like the way I'm doing it too. I'm like, oh my god, this looks like what I'm trying to pull off with my studies and I'm totally failing at. Like,
yeah, I'm very drawn to this portrait there, that one. Yes.
Yeah. This is like the sort of thing with like the brushwork and the colors and everything that and like the stylization that I think this is what I'm aiming for, and I'm absolutely whiffing on every single time. I'm glad that people seem to still appreciate my studies, even though I'm not able to pull this off.
Oh,
and like,
these are beautiful.
look at how clean the notan is here. This is some real like tight work. This is academic. This is what somebody who's actually done some amount of classical studies able to pull off. And like, this is why I'm like, oh man, I should circle back and figure some of this out. This is great tools to have in your toolkit. Super powerful.
Yeah, these are great.
Is this how it's done? You do like a whole underpainting digitally and then paint over the top of it? Like doing that traditionally is totally the path forwards, but then like digitally, it's like you just end up with these little things in the cracks showing up. But maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Clearly like the results are strong. For some of the studies you're doing it, learned it from Ryan Lang. Yeah, he's really good. Well, your work is awesome. I think your studies are unbelievable, and I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff from you.
Same.
For full illustrations, not really. This is, yeah. Look at that. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I didn't know somebody painted this one.
I have been skipping over a bunch of your photos for the studies.
Oh, I know you're skipping over my photos. I just get excited because I think they're good photos.
I'm not being too kind. I'm being a normal amount of kind, okay? I think it's done digitally still because you have to go fast for concepts rather than erase a lot. I hear this is important for speeding through gestures and thumbnails. Maybe. This was such a fun one.
I love that cat.
This was like a fun one. It's just like the opposite of the lady with the sunbeams on her face, where that one was like pure punishment. This was like...
Nah, I missed that one.
You could go back and do it if you want.
I could.
Here's Arena Arts'.
The colors are really cool in these.
Yeah, I love weird cosmic guys. I think it's known.
Ooh. There's some cosmic ladies too.
Mm-hmm. Got some cosmic guys.
See, I was thinking
ladies.
that if I did the Frazetta challenge, this is what I would have done, like one of those fairies in what do you call it, like in the cosmos setting.
I feel bad. I mean, I wanted to work on something Frazetta inspired to be able to like get a print over to Sarah or something, and then like I bailed on my own challenge this week. It's not. I was 100% out of time.
When? Like,
yeah, when am I supposed to do it?
Doing stuff.
I'm not even finishing my own projects on time for myself. So, the idea that I'm going to be doing the challenges on top of it. This came out awesome.
No, we're quiet because we're reading the chat both at the same time.
Hey, Clay Chibi. Sassy Falcons.
These make me think of those, like, you know, like the old-timey fantasy book covers. I love them.
Oh, Summer Dragon is saying maybe do one of your dailies as a Frazetta. I did that. It didn't really come up during the combo.
But no, because you did a study of a
Frazetta.
It's a study, you didn't do it as a Frazetta. You did it.
Oh, doing a study as a Frazetta.
Just do a study, but give it a Frazetta spin.
And this was Ithun's contribution to the Frazetta challenge. There's a lot of sketchbook threads. I don't think I can do all of them today.
Have you seen all of them before?
I have been poking in here and just like responding to stuff.
Have you looked at this one? I like that one.
Yeah. This was their first post. I like the traditional version of it.
I like the whole concept of it. That sort of Nautilus feel. Ooh, that is beautiful.
Botanical studies. Hell yeah. Botanical studies are excellent.
They're not easy.
No, they're tough. They're really tough because it's like you want to focus on structure in a lot of cases, but it's like, but you've got all these little crisscrosses and stuff, and you're like, well, okay, so this stem crosses here, and this stem crosses here, and it makes this kind of negative shape, and trying to get like all these little tiny organic negative shapes to all like be the right shape is kind of not the point.
It is really tough because I remember I was thinking like, oh, I love painting plants and flowers, so this is just gonna be fun and easy, and it just is not.
Oh yeah, you're like, I'll just paint a flower.
It's like
It'll
a
be
completely
no problem.
different kind of mindset. I noticed just trying to figure out where things are in relation to each other.
I thought this came out awesome.
This
right?
is so good. Ooh, I want to see
Very
this
ambitious
finished.
start. Work in progress. It's still
And this
coming
was
together.
the Frazetta one.
So there's still stuff coming together. Yeah, we got a lot. There's a lot of sketchbooks going. You guys, I don't know if everybody else is digging through here, looking through these. You should check out each other's sketchbooks. You guys have a lot of cool stuff going on. Doing some movie stills as studies. That's a really good idea. I've seen a lot of people do that over the years. I've never done it. I've got to do it one of these days. I can hear the pounding of the work guys on the outside.
They were gone when I came over, but they're back now.
Oh, Spider-Verse character. The Spider-Verse OCs took over Twitter for like a couple of days.
I have not been on Twitter ever since it turned to X.
When Elon Musk loses my wife, then it's over. That's the end for him. Take your billions of dollars and go hang him up. Anya Mohrbacher is out. Whoa.
This is so cool.
Dang.
Whose is this one?
Oh, Chong?
Okay.
Chong Gillespie?
This is so cool.
They're always hanging out. This is a really, really cool piece. I love it. The style reminds me a little bit of James Jean in like the thing here. I don't know why. But just like the whole epic scenery of it, I totally dig. And like the weird surrealist character, obviously right up my alley.
And plants.
And then, but combined with the plants is like such a good strong
this
move.
frog! I want to take it home. I want it to live with us.
We've got this frog that lives in our pool cage.
2 frogs now.
2 frogs live in the pool cage, and Anya has been instructed by the state of Florida to capture them, put them in a Tupperware container, stick them in the freezer.
Now, first you need to put like anesthetic on them.
First they rub anesthetic on until they fall asleep, and then put them in the freezer to put them to sleep. and she's not doing it.
I am worried that we're gonna end up with lots and lots of frogs living in our pool cage because I'm not allowed to let them go, but I also cannot.
Summer Dragon is testing. I guess they're Cuban tree frogs.
They are.
They are Cuban tree frogs. We can hear them. They make cute little noises at night.
I think the ones that
stick
make
to the
cute
kitchen
noises
window.
are different ones. I think they're the tiny ones that you can see, but maybe
Oh,
not.
yeah? Little fingernail-sized
There
ones?
were those like ones that were as big, as a thumbnail. I don't know what those are. They have like a little triangle on their back, so I haven't seen them around though. Yeah, I haven't seen an other native tree frog. I've only seen the Cuban ones, and they're really, really cute. But also the one in our pool cage seems to be getting bigger and fatter. Like, I don't know what it lives on. It must have a lot of different
There's a lot of bugs back
bugs
there.
yeah.
There's a lot of bugs back there.
Yeah, they are invasive. That's why I can't let them out.
All right, so now we're looking at way, way older stuff at this point. All right, I think we're done looking at sketchbooks. Thanks everyone who's submitting the sketchbook threads. The sketchbook threads will be the future. It is like, if we can start keeping, I've been keeping up with mine and making sure that every time I'm doing studies, I'm posting like new studies over to my sketchbook thread. Whenever I've got like new pieces that I'm making, like works in progress, I'm posting on my sketchbook thread. Because the goal is to like look back on this in like a year and see the progression, and to be able to see each other's progression from inside the community. Because there's a lot of people who have been really active around here, and to have like one spot where we can all go and see each other's stuff threaded in a way where like there's like links to socials and like some level of continuity to the whole thing. That's the plan. So we're like, it's an investment in building this kind of like continuous, like, you know, like a continuous like community activity that's going to go on for like a long, long
I'm
time.
sorry, I'm getting
indefinitely.
distracted by a frog talk in the chat.
The frog talk?
Yes.
I forgot to precise crit please on my sketchbook. You know what? I thought at first you could put those on each of the different individual posts, so people could say like, "Oh yeah, I want to like crit on this or not." But like for individual posts, but it doesn't work that way.
So you need to pick a tag.
And so we have like
start.
a tag that you can start to say like, I want crits or not. I think I'm going to take that away. And like, you know, people maybe have some front matter at the top to be like, hey, here's, or like individual posts. Just have people be like, crits please on this one.
I see.
And then if anybody then wants to like crit stuff inside the community, then they can go to sketchbook threads and see if anybody wants to like post. Oh, look, there's activity happening here right now.
Wow, these are so cool. I love this.
Oh, the little guys here?
This is really neat.
There's also a crits channel, but the problem with like the channels is like it all gets kind of jumbled together. Like if you wanted to keep checking back in on somebody who you'd been giving crits to and see what their next piece is and have an ongoing threaded conversation about a particular person's work, then we need to break things down into individual threads rather than having them in a big pile all stacked together in one channel, which is the sort of vision.
Are you talking about the Show Your Art channel?
Well, no, there's a crits channel, a critique channel.
Oh, I see, that's right.
But I think it's critique is actually probably better suited inside the sketchbook threads. So I think maybe what we need to do is maybe establish a practice for like announcing whether you want critique in your sketchbook. That way, like, because this is totally a fine place to like comment on somebody's work. If they're up to cool stuff, emote, reply, do whatever. If you want critique on a piece, feel free to add that into a post. And like, if you see people in voice chat and you're like, hey, can I get a crit? I've got this thing in my sketchbook. The sketchbook is a really good place for it. Excellent place for it.
There's more frog talk.
There's more frog talk, but yeah. There's a lot of frog interested in what's happening with our frogs. When it gets dark outside, then they like stick to the kitchen window where there's light coming in from the inside.
Yeah, and they have those big like bug eyes and those like sectionally cupped like little toes. They're really cute.
All right. Thanks everyone for sharing all your stuff on the spots. I like these little robots.
Yeah, these ones, they're so cool.
They are really cool. This is a really cool series. You must wait. The auto modded away. You must burn them alive. Double John, thank you so much for the T1 sub. Been hearing about these invasive hooked head worms. They eat the regular worms. They're bad for gardens. I heard you must burn them alive. I don't feel bad about burning a worm, but you have to burn the worms. You can't just like.
I have hard time dealing with anything because I like all of the animals.
Hammerhead worms?
Huh.
What the fuck?
I don't know if I want to.
What do you have, like a specialized burn pit? Do you have like a worm oven? Yeah, like this is my regular oven and this is the oven I cook my worms in. Like what like I get that they're like, yeah, you should, this is how you should do it. You should help like take care of your local.
There is all kinds of invasive stuff right now, like the lantern flies, which are very pretty but also bad.
Yeah, they keep making new ones if you cut them up into parts. Sure. But like again, my question goes back to, do you have a worm oven where you put all your worms in?
A worm pit.
A worm burn pit? IRL hydras, they are, yeah. Burn the worms. This sounds like a metal song. Yeah. All right. I don't have enough time to do a study today. I think I might make this a short stream. Just because we've had like a lot to talk about and a lot to look over today. So I think I'm gonna like call it there, and like because I also have like I got a lot to do on my
And your painting.
Oh, wait. I got a lot to do on the painting.
But you don't want to work on that one live.
Did you still want to run the giveaway still going?
Asking the important questions.
Yes.
Yeah. We have the giveaway that we do need to wrap up the giveaway if we're going to wrap up the stream, right?
Whom do I fight to get a chance?
Do you want a chance? Do you enter?
No, how do I enter? What do I do? What
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up. But first,
give people instructions on how to do it again.
Final chance. Know the truth. Painting of Lucifer in 1797. Statue of Liberty 1875. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. So there's in the text channels right above general. There's a Friday giveaway channel, and if you react to the XP pen giveaway bot with the little confetti thing, you get entered to win. And we're gonna wrap it up in like a couple of minutes here. Is there a timer? There's gonna be one winner. Oh, it ends technically in 21 minutes.
Oh.
But I think we can end it early, Dustin, right?
Is Dustin still here? Oh yeah, he is. He says there's a timer.
There's a timer. Okay. So in 21 minutes is gonna be the last opportunity, and we're you get a free XP Pen tablet, not like one of the display tablets, but the ones I like, which are the pen tablets that have that are like the ones that sit on the table.
I think if you're gonna let people know on stream, then you have to stick around for another 20 minutes.
Oh, unless there's an end early button.
He says not 100% sure.
We have a gesture drawing session in 13 minutes.
In 13 minutes? Wait, why did you overlap?
30.
In 30 minutes. Okay, so when the gesture drawing session starts, there will be a winner. And so I will, after the winner is drawn, I'll DM them and get their info.
He says, I don't want it to end and it doesn't choose a winner.
Oh, yeah, if we abandon it early and there's like 90 entries that get thrown in the garbage, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can switch over to working on my painting a little bit. You guys want to see what I've been working on here?
How about I take all these dishes?
Yeah, get all the dishes. Let's get all the dishes out of here. Oh, our donut time.
Ooh. I'll try not to trip over anything.
Okay. Yeah, this has been what I've been poking away at in my, I'd say my spare time. This is technically my primary job. This is my main job, is to like make art for Angelarium, and I've been treating it like a side gig because of all the time that's been going into Huckleberry recently. It's become my main job to do studies and to like hang out with you guys and like be on stream.
Yeah, wait, you're a painter? I didn't know
Sometimes. Yeah, I dabble.
Oh, I see. This is your strength card?
Yeah, right? This is strength. So let's go through the layers because like I get the benefit of the way I work allows me to kind of peel back the layers to like kind of travel back in time on the painting. So this is the kind of edited version of the original sketch. And then you can see like a lot of work gets done in like the first like few minutes, just building out that loose value pattern. Originally, I wanted to do like a light background with like a dark figures in front of it, like they were sort of sitting in a shadow, the shadow of a cloud, on like a day with like, you know, maybe like a smattering of clouds in the sky behind them was sort of the vision. And so you can see that there's like even like a kind of like passing shadow going over their faces. Like if you put the faces or just like part of the faces in shadow, it can be like a really simple way to add drama. And so I thought that was a good idea. And so I started to build up the values under that like assumption. And at this point, I felt like I had basically gotten a clear view on the kind of what the materials were and what the values were going to be and how the whole composition was going to be structured. So I started trying to add color to it. And so got the gradient map, I got my hard light, started to add some local color to it. I wanted it to be kind of a daylit scene, so there's like a decent amount of local color. So the skin tone's should read pretty accurately. Like the wings are kind of brownish. I've got like, he's got some like golder bits of armor and like a red shirt underneath. Then it started to like, it was all looking a little washed out, so I started experimenting with it going like a lot more kind of like maybe like a sunrise or sunset style lighting with a really warm cast to it. But I was really struggling to feel like I knew where the whole thing was going to go. And so I started just putting some extra glazes over the top, trying to see if I could get this thing to feel like it was going to work. Like parts of it, like I feel like work pretty well. I have this sense on the kind of lighting that I want, but like the face, the whole thing with the shadows cast across the face, like 100% feels like it's not working right now.
Pete, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Yeah, I've noticed you're extremely organized. Very, very nicely organized. Not just in your layers, but also like in your folders on your computer.
Oh yeah.
Every time I go back to like find my own older work, I'm just like, oh man, what is going on here? Like, can you just talk for a second about your system of organizing, like where you order your paintings, that kind of stuff, for easy access?
Sure. I'm just gonna go finish my like PSD tour, and then I'll show you. I don't really feel like my layers are actually organized. It's just kind of like working in kind of a multimedia style, where every single time I change to like a different style of blending mode or like kind of a different like creative approach, I end up adding a new layer, and then I'm always working on the top layer, which is like technically not, it's technically organized because everything's in a particular location on purpose, but it's not like, you know, they're not broken down into folders. They're not named. You know, you can see that just the layer names are like totally unnamed. But I felt like I started to get towards that like sunset look over here, and it felt like it was kind of about to happen. And looking at it right now, I think it actually like, I feel like I can kind of see what the original vision for it was here. But I got frustrated with it, and I decided to play around with kind of inverting the lighting, and also like if I wasn't happy with it, I was going to try to do everything the opposite. And so instead of warm, I was going to do cool, and instead of like a dark figures on a light background, I was going to do light figures on a dark background. And so I started to play with it here, and I started to feel like it read a lot better at a distance. I'm really just looking at the navigator. And I felt like casting a spotlight on the main figure here was like making a big difference as far as increasing the readability, especially because I have two figures interacting. Having the light kind of splash in this like central part right here was doing a lot for telling the story. But I felt like everything was getting really purple through the skin and not exactly what I wanted color palette wise. So I started to wash some worms back in there, and you can see all of a sudden like the readability on the face is starting to happen as I'm getting more reflected light in there. And so like from here, I felt like I could finally see like a complete path forwards, where I had this like sliver of light running along the bottom of the horizon with this like darker sky and these gloomier clouds, but this like, you know, dramatic spotlight. It's almost like it's very stage lit. It's not a very realistically lit scene at all at this point. It's much more like an actor on a stage. And from here, I feel like I can definitely see how everything can be finished. And that's like a major point for me whenever I'm thinking about what I'm working on. Because like I can like the idea of a thing, but if I don't actually see how I'm going to take it to the next steps, I'm stuck. And so my plan isn't to make what I think is the greatest version of an image. It's like to make an image that I understand how to like carry it to completion, which is really not a consolation prize. It's like, that's the point. The whole goal is to deliver like a final piece at the end. And so making sure that I am making choices that I know how to follow through on is like the number one priority. So looking back on it, I kind of like the older version of the composition, but like I still don't know how I would get it done. And with this, I feel like I'm like able to work out like, you know, how do I establish all the edges? Like how do I establish all the materials? Like what kind of minor corrections do I need to make in terms of like anatomy and like contrast and all that kind of stuff? And I'll probably end up going back in here and like messing with some of this stuff still. It's something I need to poke away at for another like day or two in order to feel like it's fully done. And I need to grab some, I was grabbing some reference yesterday for like the wings to start to like firm up the shapes on the wings a little bit. I'm realizing that like my preconception for like how a bird wing is shaped, where it's like all bulbous here on top, has got to be some like imitation of some stylized thing I had seen in other places, because birds don't really have like a bulbous shape up in the crook of their wing. It's much sharper in reality. And I actually think that this works better with the overall shape language of the piece too. So I've got this like sharper, more contrasty look through a lot of these elements. So I'm like, how these like trying to go for something that's a little bit more Renaissance style, where there's like these like more kind of darker filled in high contrast shadows, and then these areas of like light kind of pooling together, and you know, softer looking light overall. So there's some areas that are still really bothering me, but I'm really happy with like some things in the corners. Like I'm really happy with the way that this like grassy field and flowers started to come together. I feel like the goat is starting to feel like a real ass goat. And then bit by bit, there's all kinds of little things that bother me, and I'm going through them and busting them one at a time. So with the background elements, like the sky background is like largely where I'm going to keep it. And like the grass and stuff, like I tend to spiral inwards as I'm finishing a piece. And so now like with these things at the edge coming together and me starting to work on secondary elements like the wing, and next up is going to be all like the dark cloth here. As that comes together and I like work through these bit by bit, element by element, cleaning them up and getting to the final state, I'm moving towards final. So anything that's like rough and weird and gross like this, like drapey thing that's coming off of him here, it's sort of a suggestion of itself. I need to get like some firmer choices about what that is. You can see me like going in and making some much more specific you know, marks about, you know, in like, hey, establishing where this elbow is going to go, like taking this sketch of a belt and actually filling out the belt, things like that. So been working on that. I've been working on that sort of while I've been hanging out in Discord over the last couple of days, and when I've found time like in the evenings. And I'm probably going to be doing that again tonight. And then the plan is to like really tuck in and put in some serious hours on it tomorrow, because it's the weekend, so I get to do something fun. So I have to work on my real job. All right, so organization-wise, I actually thought about making a video about this because it's something I'm kind of proud of. The trick for organizing stuff, man, I don't know if there's anything I shouldn't be showing here, but the thing that got me going is like just working in Dropbox. Because before, when I was just working on like a secondary hard drive, like a storage hard drive, it was always like I had the old hard drive folder that was just the backup of the old hard drive. I didn't know what I needed to lose. Like I couldn't lose. And then there was like the new stuff that was like being piled in on top of like in a new folder tree. And so there would just be these like layers of old folder trees inside new folder trees, and it would just get worse and worse as like generations of like new like folder organization would come along. But then with Dropbox, now I have like all this stuff synced to a server. And so whenever I switch machines or I'm working on something remotely, I have like a coherency between different workspaces. And so that has allowed me to actually feel like I have like a like a space that if I clean it up, it stays cleaned up. And if I have good organization, it continues to work for me. One of the things that I've started to do over the last few years is like if I have key folders that I need to keep coming back to, like my Angelarium folder and now the Huckleberry folder, I add like an @ sign or an underscore sign, because those end up sorting it alphabetically before everything else. So I'm able to make higher priority folders and then lower priority folders instead of having one big giant jumble of like alphabetical ones. So breaking them down into structures makes it so that I always have like the most high priority stuff that I'm always having to find over and over again at the front of the list. And then once I get in here, I have the same thing. So it's like larger projects get broken down into higher priority folders. Collections have their own sort of tier of folders. You know, things that I keep having to come back to have their own separate tier with this like curly bracket. And that allows me to like, you know, once I realize that I've been getting a lot of one thing, I make a new folder for it and I jam everything in there. And like, it tends to, if I do a good job setting up the structure for it, it tends to sort of self-organized over time. And because like when I rearrange this, it rearranges it. Rearranging the Dropbox folder rearranges like the folder structure everywhere where I'm going to access it. It means that like as like I need to add new stuff or I like need to take things out or like change the way that it's put together, it's like it's going to stay that way. It's not just one hard drive. It's not just one computer. It's like my outer brain, my like external brain is being updated.
Yeah, one thing I have problems with is like determining whether I should label something just by like the date I did it on or by some name, especially if it's like a study. Like, am I going to name the study something specific and just kind of forget what the name of the study is, or give it some date, but then where do I order that kind of thing?
Well, with my studies, like I ended up sticking it, like if I didn't have Huckleberry as a larger project, I would probably have studies be here. Like fan art, I don't know how much it's actually going to get used, but like these are kind of different focuses for me. And with the studies, like they don't have specific names because they're not like pieces of content I'm going to be going back to and like having to recall often. So I just have them in one folder sorted numerically, making sure I started with 3 digits, assuming I wasn't going to make it up to 1,000 studies, but it might be possible that I get to 1,000 studies and I need to like make a second folder because there's no way I'm renaming 999 studies so that I can add one more and have it all sort like numerically correctly. But we'll see. So like sometimes if I know I'm going to be making a lot of something, I'll just make sure that it's like named in a way where like the serialization of it starts the file name so that it'll all like sequence automatically if I set it to alphabetical. Like a lot of the organization that I do with my folders has to do with me naming the beginnings of files correctly so that like when I sort them, they sort by just going alphabetical instead of having to like have a lot of other systems in place. Yeah, Angelarium is such like a big thing. There's like so many wings of it that like I end up I've had to do a pretty good job of keeping things organized. Like within each collection, all the characters all have their own folders. And so a character I've done multiple times, like Raziel, will have every single Raziel file and all the references I've used for various different Raziel paintings all in one spot. And then I have a series of suffixes that I use to describe the various different like iterations of it. So if it's if it's work in progresses, they all get numbered, while high resolution files get an L for large, wallpapers get a W for wallpaper. And then all of my finished web save files, ones with signatures on them that have been specifically level balanced and sharpened and made for like a posting on the internet, all get an F for finished. So instead of it being like final, like I have a working file that is the actual working file for the piece, and then the version of it that gets baked out for the web is really low resolution, and so it gets treated as its own thing. So a final isn't necessarily just a final. It's like it's a final for whatever purpose it is. So like a wallpaper is its own destination, while a low resolution PSD that is designed for Patreon is its own specific use case as well. So each use case for the file gets their own different suffix. so that I understand what the point of the file is and why it exists.
Well, thanks for sharing all that, Pete. That's very helpful, and happy Friday.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's good seeing you.
You too, man.
So yeah, that's folder talk. W is wide. Well, W is for wallpaper. Yeah, I've had to reformat a lot of stuff for wallpapers. So like you can see I've got a wallpapers folder. It contains the source files for formatting these things, the ones that are like the correct resolution and has the text in them. So like oftentimes I need to have like the same output over and over and over again, like a wallpaper or like a post for Instagram, and I'll make a PSD that's formatted to that, and then I'll have to jam like a shitload of images in as layers in order to like, you know, create different images to that format. And then I can do stuff like, you know, if I just want to have text in the corner the whole time, I can have that. I have had to go back and reformat tons and tons and tons of paintings over the years to try to adapt to wallpaper, because that was like a Patreon reward I was trying to keep up with for a really long time. But I have dropped the ball on it recently because all the tarot images format so terribly to widescreen that I have just like my spirit has been fully broken, and I've decided to stop doing it. I even did like weird experimental ones where it required so much outpainting as to be like completely absurd, as like a, you know, a thing to do in a day. I just decided to try in some cases doing like weird mirroring and stuff to adapt to wallpapers, which is like, they're kind of low value. They're not like a super valuable part of the overall brand. And so I've been comfortable sometimes making like this version, like sometimes the composition will come out in a way that like kind of changes the context of the piece in a way that I actually really enjoy, while other ones like, God, there's so much outpainting that has to go on to make like a painting, like a wallpaper like this happen. But yeah, I haven't done these in a bit, but like I don't even know if people realize that these exist. Oh, there's a Samurai piece provided as a wallpaper. I have done so much outpainting over the years just to like serve all these different formats. When I was working on the Zodiacs, like they were originally supposed to be used as like part of a series of like tracks by some DJ. Like they were supposed to be like covers for like tracks for this DJ. They like allowed me to keep all the rights for them, so I got to use them for Angelarium like as well. So they just only bought the licenses for this one purpose. But this DJ was releasing all these tracks on YouTube, so I needed to do every single one of these as both like portrait and format in order to serve my needs as well as theirs. And so creating landscape versions of all the Zodiacs was like an essential part of working on it. Yeah, Creative Caliber is saying seems like a lot of to adapt to different purposes. Yeah, Zan Griffin. That's right. It's a lot. Giveaway announcement. Are we there? Are we close? I see it still says 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Does this work? Yes. Okay, so who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Rain, congratulations. You won the XP pen. You had out of 93 people, Rain is the one who ended up taking it home today. So I'm going to DM them. And if they don't get back to me, we'll figure something out. As far as who else get, no, they're gonna get back to me. They just submitted
Was there anybody who didn't get back to you before?
No, I don't know why I'm saying it. I don't know why I'm saying it. All right. They joined the Discord yesterday. Nice. See, that's what you get. You come to the Huckleberry server, you get free shit. Giving away a ton of stuff today.
So Omen is gonna have a gesture drawing next. Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, Omen's doing gesture drawing in a few minutes, yeah.
Nice.
So right after I log out here, Omen's doing gesture drawing here on the server. He's going to be showing a bunch of poses, and you guys can pop on there and like follow along and draw along with the poses as they pop up. It's basically like life drawing class from college, but free and online. Yeah. And so like the recent announcement for the life drawing classes is that Omen is now going to be running them twice a week for reasons that I don't fully understand. I guess he just hates free time and he loves Huckleberry. So there's going to be like a difficult pose day and then like an easy pose day. I don't know what the difference is. But yeah, thanks everyone for showing up today. I'm gonna log out.
Right.
Wait. We need to do two things. One, we need to like decide. I'm gonna try to come up with examples of like draw an animal as a character, a person.
Does
challenge.
it have to be a person though, or can it be just like an animal, like, you know, the what is it, wonderful Mr. Fox type of thing?
No, there has to be rules.
Oh wait, or is it like draw a person like with like, cause like that's the thing, like, you know, like do we have like animal elements in the thing, or is it like? We'll
call it the Animal Spirits Challenge, and we'll say like this is going to be like a character's animal aspect or animal aspects or something, and we'll like you have to pick an image of an animal, and then you have to turn that into a human character.
Okay, so they shouldn't have like animal ears. They just should have like.
They're just a person who looks like.
So like, you know, when like Andrea.
We should do a different competition. I'm fully convinced we should do a different competition. Does anybody have a better suggestion for a competition? A different challenge. It's not a competition.
I still think we should turn an everyday life objects into something.
We got another French artist to rate. I think we had a French artist before too. Can we get a better suggestion for a challenge? Oh hell yeah!
Oh, I love this.
This is my game.
Their work looks awesome. Plant plus human.
I would totally do that.
What's plant plus human mean?
Just like human with like plant features.
All right, there's so many people in voice chat. Please, someone come here and save us all to give us a good challenge.
How about recreating a story, like urban legend, you know, like Robin Hood or something? Doing that. I remember there was like a group of artists that band together and make a whole art book, just Robin Hood characters recreating in their style.
Robin Hood
like
challenge?
Or a Night of the Round Table challenge. You know, if you guys love fantasy, and I've seen a lot here, so why not do something like that? Recreating a story
myth,
or something.
Based on a myth, but like will
Yeah.
you leave it open to like world myths also?
Oh yeah, definitely. Creatures, cryptics. No, the one from the Witcher series also based off like mythologies. Why not doing that though?
I like the idea of like Witcher style. Like, what if fairy tales, like a fairy tale, like
so dark fairy tales?
but like no, like an alternative fairy tale. Like, what if fairy tale with a twist?
Okay.
So what if we do fairy tale with a twist, where everyone needs to like pick a fairy tale and then figure out a way of doing a twist on it?
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds good.
That's open-ended while it's still recognizable. Like, we need to have it so that people can understand what they're supposed to do, but also have it be open-ended enough they could bring something of their own into it. We got a lot of different kinds of artists on the server.
I do think we should probably have like a weekly challenge suggestion thing.
Weekly challenge suggestion bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because then people can.
I think that together, we put their heads together for any 10-minute span, we'll come out with a decent suggestion by the end of it. I believe in us. They failed is auto-modded. I'm going to disable this auto-mod. This is I've never had it catch an actual bit of abuse, ever. There's been no instances where it's been a problem. It's only ever caught stuff by accident.
They failed? Was auto-modded? Why?
Yeah, they said large was auto-modded away.
Is it big? So large also? Any
Well,
size?
maybe big. Maybe it's big.
Any size
yes,
related?
size-related words.
How many vegetables are forbidden?
Yeah, no, that's true. There's probably a certain number of vegetables that aren't allowed. Automod's really weird. Make the thirstiest pain you can, but it has to be of a frog. I think a very thirsty frog painting fits into fairy tale with a twist.
It kind of does. You can. It's the what is it?
Yeah, feel free
the
to
Princess and the Frog. Yeah. Where
feel
he's
free
like
to
really
test.
sleazy.
Feel free to test various vegetable names to see if any of them got auto-modded. Egg space plant was not auto-modded. It's an acceptable word. Correct term is grande. Grande.
Venti.
Yeah. Melon, okra, phallus. You know, they got different words for vegetables in the UK.
Oh, I like rutabaga. That's my favorite.
Rutabaga.
Yeah, that's my.
What's the name? What's that? What do they call zucchinis in the UK?
Oh, I forgot. That
I know
was a
they
good
call
one, too.
eggplants aubergines, but then I forgot that they call. I just discovered they call zucchini something else.
I don't remember.
Rambutan. Very good. Let's hear. Pepino. Courgette. They're called courgettes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very fancy. No, that's right. Okay, so alligator pear for an avocado. Alligator pear. That's a really good. That's a really good name.
I heard that one before. Yeah, that's a good
Oh
one.
shit! Jackfruit. What jackfruit? That's just a fruit. Durian. Okay, I get. They love me a Chevy courgette. Chevy. Yeah. What's going on? All right.
I have no idea. Are you rating already? No.
No, we're gonna rate next. Okay, so that was one order of business down. It's yes, and it looks like we got a claim on the tablet. So the next order of business is to do a raid. We're gonna be raiding Megalod over here. It looks like we got.
So the next week's weekly is Fairy Tale with a spin.
Fairy Tale with a twist.
With a twist.
Fairy Tale with a twist. I'll write down the specific rules out today. I'll do it right now instead of waiting until tomorrow. I had meetings after the stream on Friday last week, and I got. And thank you to Nira. I got I had a lot to do. Okay, so I was late. I was late last time. I'm not gonna be late today. I'm gonna get it posted. Fairy Tale with a twist. We're rating Megalod.
Which looks really cool. So
Oh
you guys
God,
should
this
stick
shit
around,
looks
'cause
so
This
cool.
is right up my alley.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining the stream, everyone. I'll be back on Monday. Raid Mega Elod? I don't know how anyone's usernames work. Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. I'm going to be around the Discord a little bit, chit-chatting and painting and working on strength and trying to finish it up over the next couple of days. So, yep. See you on the other side. Goodbye. And now the progressive. Turning off all of the things without accidentally kicking myself out of the place that I want to be. Here we go. That's one. Let's see, turn the VCam off. And stop stream.